gotten used to the idea of not having a government. So by the time what Buhari has done successfully, if I might say, and it's a success, and I'm very grateful to him for it. What he has done by the circles of the absurd that he has opened up with this is transition, this is succession game. What he has done is that he has afforded us the opportunity to see the Nigerian politicians for what they truly are. Self-serving, self-interested, self-absorbed, selfish, incapable of even recognizing what is in his own better interest. The theater of the absurd that they are showing shows you is already clear. We don't have a government.
Wow.
You can't even exclude a single one. And it's not just at the federal level. It's very easy to focus on the circles in Abuja. But look all over the federation, there really isn't any governance going on anywhere. If the citizens stop carrying the government on its back, they will not collapse. The reality is that the Nigerian remains his own government. We are still living in the state of nature. That's why we can't step outside city perimeters anymore, because we can't all pretend insufficient numbers to provide security outside the city limits. So the state is not just a government. The state itself is failing because the police is not the government. The police is part of the state.
Exactly.
The soldiers, the armed forces, those are part of the state. That's not government. The only thing that seems to interest anybody in Nigeria these days is how to steal more and more, and then how to succeed those who are already there, so that they will decide who steals what for the next 4 years. So as far as government is concerned, let's move beyond it. The government is already gone. It's failed spectacularly. When the state itself is under attack by non-state actors, left, right, center, everywhere. So we've moved beyond the failure of the government. Let's deal with the failure of the state.
Thank you, Mr. Farotimi. We'll take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll continue with our interview. Please stay with us. You're welcome back to our program. Mr. Farotimi, before we went on that break, we were talking about failure of government, failure of governance. But thankfully, like you said, and I agree with you, the state still seems to be, holding itself together one way or the other. I don't know how. But in less than a minute, if you can, this question is very important. This debacle or this drama around the CBN governor, wanting to contest also, to be president. Have you ever seen any precedents of such anywhere in the world?
How can you have any precedents of any such in the world? It's only in Nigeria that dogs split and goats bark, because there are no rules anywhere. It's about impunity. And when a place is governed by impunity, you see all different levels of madness are enabled, because it simply means that what can you get away with? As far as Nigeria is concerned today, the law is whatever. What's the Attorney General's name now?
Malami, Abubakar Malami.
Malami, whatever Malami says is law. So when they can delete, when Malami can take on the job of the National Assembly and be deleting a section of an enactment of the National Assembly in a suit. So look, the reality is that the only reason you have an Emefiele situation is because we are in Nigeria. In any society governed by law or morals, where we've not enthroned the absurd, something like that would be an abomination.
Exactly.
The man is in a position of trust, of public trust. INEC keeps sacred documents in his vaults. The man he has determined the economic direction. He's been more of a minister for economy than the CBN governor. He's only in Nigeria. Look, the reality is, if we talk about Emefiele from now till tomorrow, it's like talking about Kyari as though when they caught Kyari,
I get the point.
Corruption ended in the Nigerian
I think
police.
you've made the point.
We can talk about Emefiele from now till tomorrow. The reality is that it's just a type. He merely represents the level of impunity that has become enthroned in Nigeria. There is nothing special about what Emefiele is trying to do. It's normal in Nigeria. We've normalized madness.
I get your point.
When we talk about Emefiele, let's be sincere with ourselves. We are merely being selectively outraged. There are sufficient outrages going on in Nigeria. You understand? It's like you're all hunched over your caca inside the public latrine, and then you are complaining that somebody is farting. We've become acculturated to madness. That's why you see an Emefiele.
I get your point, Mr. Farotimi.